Now, most men like to believe that doing everything right on the job will somehow protect them. And this letter's from a guy that found out the hard way that it won't. Hey, Unc, I usually don't write stuff like this. And honestly, I'm not even sure why I'm writing in now, other than I don't know where else to go with this. It's been about 6 months since I lost my job, a job that I always thought that I'd retire from. And I know that 6 months sounds like it should be a long enough time for me to get my head straight. But I'm still out here trying to figure it out, trying to figure out who I am without that place. And I'm 54 and I live just outside Akron, Ohio. And I spent the last 22 years at the same plant. And I started out on the floor and I worked my way up to shift lead. And I knew that place inside and out. I knew all the machines and all the little workarounds. And I trained a lot of guys over the years. Some of them are even supervisors now. So a buddy of mine, he sent me your video, the one about the guy who was a loyal worker and then he got tossed aside. And he said that I needed to watch it. And I'll be honest, I wasn't really in the mood. I figured it was going to be some guy on the internet trying to sell me something or trying to tell me to stay positive. But I watched it anyway. Even had to pause it a couple of times because parts of it hit a little too close to home for me. Because I was just like that guy in the video. I got called into HR. It happened about 6 months ago on a Tuesday morning. And I thought it was something about the schedule or maybe some overtime. Nope. He slid a folder across the desk to me and told me, thank me for my service, and my position was being eliminated. No warning, no lead up, nothing. Just a thank you for your service, and this will be your last day. And the worst part of all that was I didn't even get to go back and pack up my own stuff. I had somebody pack it up for me. 22 years in that building. It was all sitting in a cardboard box, waiting for me by the front door when they walked me out. And some kid from security that I'd never ever seen before. He walked me to the exit like I was a problem that they needed to get off the property. And I'll admit that first couple of months was rough. It was real rough. And I'd wake up at 5 a.m. out of habit and go downstairs and get a cup of coffee and just sit at the kitchen table in the dark. And my wife, she didn't know what to say to me. And kids didn't know how to approach me. And I didn't either. But after a while, all the questions changed. And I stopped asking what I did wrong. And started to wonder if any of the last 22 years even mattered. All the extra shifts that I'd worked and the nights I stayed late, all the times I trained new guys. I mean, was any of that real, or was I just useful until I wasn't? And I'm not writing because I want some kind of pep talk. I don't need that. I've heard you'll bounce back and something better is coming more times than I care to remember. But see, that's not it. What I'm trying to deal with right now is when you talked about that man in your video, the one who did everything right and still ended up on the outside looking in. Did he ever stop feeling like an idiot for having bought into the whole deal and believed in it all? Or was everything that I ever believed in wrong too? Ray from Akron, Ohio. First off, I want to thank Ray for his letter and for writing in to me. I know that for a man to write in and share his personal feelings on a subject like that this must have really been bothering him. And we really do appreciate your openness here at Man to Man. And we need a lot more of that on the channel. Now, Ray, he said he didn't want a pep talk. And don't worry, you're not going to get that from me because that's not what I do here. But I will try to answer some of your questions as best I can. There's a lot to unpack here. And I've dealt with a lot of guys who've been in this situation. First, let's address the video, my video. And if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. It's very good. Did the man in that video ever stop feeling stupid for having believed in something? Well, first off, trusting in something and feeling stupid or stupidity, they're not the same things. You simply took the deal that millions of men before you and millions of men after you have taken. You believe that if you joined this company and you worked hard and you did what was asked of you and you stayed loyal to the company, that company will return that loyalty to you. And that's a fair assumption. I mean, and for a long time, that worked. I mean, it worked all across the whole world. But unfortunately, nowadays, it doesn't work like that anymore. Somewhere along the way, all those old rules that we were all raised and taught to play the game by, they all got changed. The problem is nobody stopped to tell the guys who were still playing in the game the rules all got changed. So the guys continued to do exactly what they were taught to do as men. But nobody ever updated them on how those new rules were going to affect their lives. And I guess you could technically say, the company is the bad guy or they're the villain, but companies are just doing what companies do and what they've always done and what they're always going to continue to do. They have to change and grow based upon their customers or society's needs, or they'll cease to exist. Now, is there some type of nefarious plan to use people? I don't know. I don't know. I felt like it was a culmination of changes over a period of time that it threw everything off. And the whole still waking up at 5 a.m., that's normal. That's your body. You've been doing it for 22 years. Your body's conditioned to do that. And it was abrupt. I mean, it was snatched away. There was no warning or anything. It's not like you saw it coming. But you just got to keep one thing in mind. They took a position from you, but not what makes you who you are. All the skills and information and knowledge and wisdom that you amassed at that job in 22 years, those are still with you. And the company, no matter what they do, they can never take those away from you. You can still utilize that toolbox, as I like to call it, to do whatever you want to with it. You could start over. You can start your own business. You can teach, whatever you want to do with it. But it's available to you. And as far as the people around you, you can't really, get upset. You can't really get upset with them about offering words of encouragement and support. They're just doing what they've been taught to do. What people that care about you should do, And I understand. They don't really understand what you're really dealing with, the depth of it. It's more than just losing a job. It's denial and a sense of loss, mourning. That's what it is. You're mourning technically. You're not only mourning losing a job, you're mourning the loss of your identity. But what happens is when we've been at a job for so long, that job just becomes who we are, how we are, what we are. And we become so closely raveled up in that job that when we lose that job, we lose a sense of who we are and our purpose in life. We lose like that compass, especially when it gets snatched away like that, man. You're dealing with a wound, man, and I mean a serious wound. And then on top of that, you're sitting there questioning your own self-worth. You're asking yourself, was it me? Did I do something wrong? Was I stupid? Was it all worth it? In reality, brother, no, you're not stupid. Not at all. You got up. You went to work for 22 long years. You did exactly what a man is supposed to do. You took care of your family. You were present. You did it wrong. You did it all right. It's not you. You shouldn't question yourself. And then you ask yourself, was any of it worth it? And I always feel like anytime you put that much effort and time in something, as long as you get back something that's beneficial to you, it's worth it. And maybe the way it ended, that's never going to sit right with you. It's sort of like a relationship that breaks up badly and you never get that closure. But you have to stop and ask yourself, before that day you were called into human resources, how was everything at that job going? Was it benefiting you? And if you hadn't been called into human resources, would you still be with that company? And if you could say yes, then it was all worth it. But again, that feeling of betrayal, that's going to be with you for a long time. I'm not sure if that ever truly goes away. And I'm sure that if you find and when you find new ventures and move forward with your life, and it's not right there in the forefront of your mind all the time, it'll dissipate somewhat. It's sort of like a death in the family, It never truly goes away. You just learn to deal with it over time. It becomes easier, so to speak. So does a man ever truly bounce back from this? And I guess that's all up to the man. It's a personal choice. Some men never make it back. Most do. Most find their way forward and find their footing again and become that same old guy that they always were. But for some men, they'll dwell on it the rest of their lives and use it as an excuse for why they can't do this or do that. But you're not that guy. This will not be what defines you. You will use this as a stepping stone, and you will get exactly to where you're trying to go, and you'll be none the worse for it. It'll just be a lesson that you use to keep right on stepping. But hey, like I said before, if you got any thoughts on this you want to share, please, by all means, drop them down below. Let's talk about them. This is one of those things that most men are going to endure. They're going to have to go through it. Whether you're ready for it or not, it happens sometimes. You don't see it coming. It just comes out of left field. Just one of those things we got to deal with now. Like I said, there's no more loyalty in companies. I watched my father work 37 years at the same company. And it's funny because up until the time of his death, every year they would send him a card. Now, I realized that at some point it became automated, but for a long time, those were handwritten cards. But hey, at any rate, take care of yourself and each other. Kindness, love, respect. We got to start to show each other a whole lot more of these fellas. We really do. And we need to start opening up and talking and having this forum and working on some of these problems that we're all going through. Because there's a whole lot of guys going through this. And this brother probably thought he was the only one going through this. But at any rate, I'm up. Take care of yourself and each other. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I'll catch you guys in the next one.